Pete here, and I am in beautiful Bardstown, Kentucky. And why am I in Bardstown, Kentucky? Well, as you can see, there's rick houses, and I am at Heaven Hill. So let's go inside and see what we can come up with. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you a nice surprise. So with that teaser, let's go in. Let's go visit the gift shop. And I believe they have a self-guided tour. It's a beautiful, beautiful spring Kentucky day. Nice and sunny. A little bit of wind, about 65 degrees. So there we go. So Heaven Hill. Barrel hauler, little old school pickup truck. And that's a Chevy, if anyone was wondering. So, Heaven Hill experience. And let's take a look inside. Nope, Global Visitor Attraction of the Year 2022. So, we've got some crazy bottles. Corn. Here's your flagship Heaven Hill. Select stop. McKenna's. A couple of Pikesville rye and Rickenhouse, and it's a bottled in bond. So let's kind of wander off, and we're going to do the self-guided tour right now. Looks like they have a bottling experience. So we've got the history of the family, Shapira. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. So they're from Eastern Europe. And Heaven Hill apparently is the largest family-owned distillery. It's not owned by a conglomerate. So 5 brothers invest in a distillery. There is a 5 Brothers Bourbon, which is either distillery only or Kentucky only. I'm not exactly sure. I've heard it both ways. So we get a bourbon experience. So that's what's going on in there. Got a old Heaven Hill bottle. So a growing company. So the whiskey industry goes to war, and whiskey won. And a picture of the family. We have Evan Williams. Just pictures of the family. Got an old camera. No iPhones back in the day. And an Underwood typewriter. I have not seen one of those since I was a little kid. So crazy. That is a typewriter for anyone born after 2000. Kind of gives a breakdown of all their barrels. First barrel in 1935 and 9 millionth barrel in 2020. Not exactly sure where they're at now. We got a Bourbon 101 diagram and the types of whiskeys, and all whiskey is not a bourbon, so they have to adhere to certain conditions. Single barrel and a rye locked in bond. So, it looks like Elijah Craig was a preacher. Kind of interesting, preacher, a Baptist minister makes whiskey. Funny how the world works. Charring of the barrels. There's toasting levels. Got these little Elijah Craig hand grenades. Never seen one. Got the 18-year. Got a toasted. Is that a rye? Not straight rye. Got your toasted barrels. Barrel proof. And your small batches. Flatter bourbon. Extra aged barrels. Elijah Craig. And here's a barrel selection chart. So your small batches are floors 4 to 6, straight rye 1 to 7, or floors 1 through 7, and 1 through 3, that's where your 18 years are stored. I guess they slowly age instead of being way up on top. Warehouses. Kind of explains what kind they are. Very neat. Looks like here they have the chimney warehouses rather than the tiered. Maybe they got traditional. Got little models of them. Here they got a modern warehouse. This is the bottled and bond section. So we have all our bottled and bond. Old Fitz. Be really nice to find one of those over here. Got like an old school lock to lock up the brick houses so no one tampers with them. So the best in bottled and bond. There's just kind of a representation of their bottled and bond bottles. And one of the reasons they did bottled and bond was because, heck, they would put either iodine, tobacco, sometimes from a spittoon that's already somebody's been chewing on, turpentine, beets, and they use those to color the, make it look like it sat in a barrel even though it never did. So just imagine turpentine. People were dying, so That's how they came up with the bottled and bond for purity. And there's other things. It's got to be aged at least 4 years old. Single season and 100 proof. Can't be 101, it's got to be 100. So this is Larceny. So get your whiskey thief. Steal a taste with Larceny. Some beautiful decanters. So the man behind the legacy. Beautiful decanters. There's weeded bourbon tradition. Let's head over this way. A lot of neat stuff. And here, this is just a tour that you can do by yourself. Just kind of goes over the history. It's very nice. There's a nice lady filling bottles. Saw that one outside. Oh, there's a picture of the fire back in '96. Apparently lightning struck. I think it knocked out a bunch of rick houses. And the creek where the river was also on fire. So what's really nice is the other distilleries, one of them is Jim Beam, helped them out, as well as some others, to help with their production. So it's a big bourbon family, so really neat. All right. So let's head over to the gift shop. And we'll see you on the other side. The one thing, a little bit of a cliffhanger that I had mentioned, is that they do allocations every so often, and there's a line of folks out this morning. They open up at 9:30, and I got a heads up yesterday that they may be doing a drop, and if they're not doing a drop, they'll actually post something on the door so they don't have people standing around. Well, so I got here this morning, and there had to be 40 people in front of me. I'm not exactly sure, but what did I find? an old Fitz decanter, 9-year-old. So never found one of these. So sometimes you get lucky, and this time I did. So actually probably the best bottle I found or was able to get on my bourbon bonanza. Let's call it that for the next few days. So with that said, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, comments. Have you guys ever been here? What do you guys think of the Heaven Hill product? I personally like it. Love their juice. So give us a thumbs up, give me a like, subscribe, and Road Trip Pete over and out. And drink responsibly, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.